Hey everybody, it's Judy Klock, your Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Middletown, Virginia. And I'm coming to you tonight with a really quick project because I got my pre-order came today, and I want to show you some of the new items that will be in the January to April mini catalog and the new January online exclusives. So let me bring up my other camera. And then let me show you what we're going to be working on today. I made these cute little tabletop treat boxes. Thanksgiving is next week. And how fun would it be to put these on your table with a little goodie inside? This I just have some, these are Reese's Pieces because they kind of felt like fall colors. So you can put that in there. You could put in maybe some wrapped Rolos or some Hershey's Kisses or whatever kind of little treat you want to put in there. You can go ahead and put in these, and they are super, super easy to do. So let me show you how we create that base. It is just a simple box. And now I used Cajun Craze for my turkey. This is 8.5 by 4. I'm going to score it along the 8.5 inch side at 2, 4, 6, and 8. So every 2 inches, we've got that little 1/2 inch piece that we're going to need. Then I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. It's be my 4-inch side across the top, and we're going to score that in half at 2 inches. Oops, So when you're done, your piece will look like that. So again, it's scored on the 8.5 inch side. We've scored it every 2 inches at 2, 4, 6, 8. We rotated it 90 degrees and we scored it at 2 inches. So we just basically scored this in half. This little piece down here, this little corner, that's 2 by 1/2. We're actually going to trim that piece away. Let me just pull out my paper snips because we don't need this. So we are just going to trim this away, and I'm going to actually kind of cut it a little bit on an angle there. All right, so that piece we don't need. We can put that piece off to the side. So now I'm just going to quickly just kind of fold it on all of the score lines. And then on the bottom section, the section where we cut that little piece off, we're going to trim along the 2-inch score lines up to that horizontal score line. Okay, and that will be the base of our box. So I'm just going to trim these from the edge up to that horizontal score line. Okay, now I'm going to come over here. I'm going to fold it at the 4-inch mark, and I'm going to fold over my 1/2 inch piece. I am going to add some liquid glue to that little 1/2 inch piece right there. I told you it's going to go together so quick. And we're going to fold it over again at that 4-inch line, and we are going to adhere that together. That's going to form our box. Okay. So now I'm going to open this up. Then I'm just going to fold these down, and all I want to do is to put glue on this last one. That's really the only one that you need to have the glue on. So I'm just going to kind of fold that over. Okay, just make sure your box is square. Push that down. Okay, maybe a little bit of glue over here. That seems to be lifted up just a little bit. Okay, so that's it. There we have the bottom of our box. Now let's make our turkey. So I did a couple of pre-punched. I punched a 2-inch circle here, and we're going to use that to hold his tail feathers. We're going to put that off to the side for right now. We've got a 1.5 inch circle that will be his face. And then I'm going to punch some other pieces here. I'm going to freehand the feathers. I have 5 strips of paper. I have Cajun Craze cherry cobbler, pumpkin pie, crushed curry, and lemon lime twist. And I'm going to freehand these in a minute, but I'm going to put those off to the side for right now. Let's work on his face. I want to punch out 2 eyes. I have my little 1/2 inch punch here. This is an oldie but a goodie, long since retired. I wish Stampin' Up! Would bring back some of these gadgets because my goodness, how useful is this little punch? And then I've just got a regular old office hole punch here. I'm going to punch out 2 of the pupils for his eyes, and I'm going to make them come out. There we go. I've got a piece of cherry cobbler here. We're going to use that for his little wobble. And I have here the retired songbird punch. I'm going to take this little piece here, and I am going to just cut that out, pop that out. And then from this piece of, I'm going to take a little snip of this crushed curry, and I want to cut a triangle. I want it to be kind of even. So I don't know how I'm going to do this. There we go. And that's going to be his beak. So now that we've gotten, I need to kind of trim this down because the wobble's just a little bit half of this width. So I'm just going to come in here with my paper snips and just kind of make a freehand little turkey wobble. And just decide which side you like best. I'm just going to use that one. All right, let's assemble his face, because this is the easy part, I think, if my glue wants to cooperate. All right. Come on. This was where it gets a little bit messy. Okay, we got that. Let's put on his beak. Trying to get the bigger ones on before I have to worry about the littler pieces. Don't worry if anything's straight. You could have a funny looking little turkey face. All right, I'm going to put that there. Another little glue dot there. This is where this might come in handy. My putty to pick those up and put those down. All right. Let's go ahead and add a little bit of glue to this. Might be enough on the outside. I can just do that. Let's see if I can get this on there. Okay. Now we're going to put that on. That doesn't go on. We're going to use dimensionals to put this on the front of our box. I'm going to use like 3 maybe. All right, let's go ahead. And I will have all the measurements on my blog. So where I have that seam, that's going to be the back of my box. So I'm going to put this here, maybe up a little higher, so it looks like a head. Now, again, using this old songbird punch, I wanted to get some wings for the side. So I'm going to kind of punch out the songbird body. And we have to trim it just a little bit, but I need 2 because I want a wing on each side. Everybody loves turkey wings, right? Don't you go to those Renaissance fairs and walk around with a big old turkey wing that you're eating? So now I want to cut off some of this tail, but I want it to be kind of a little bit high. So I'm just going to kind of trim it off. I'm going to just round off that piece. Okay, same thing on this. I'm going to trim it so I have a little bit of a point on here. Okay, and then I'm just going to kind of round this off. All right, and we're going to put these on the sides with Stampin' Dimensionals. Just make sure the wings are going the right way when you put them on. One's got to, they're going opposite sort of. So I'm going to put this one on this side. We got one wing. This one's got to go this way. So I need to put the dimensionals on this side. That's what I was talking about. Make sure that you put the dimensionals on opposite sides of the, okay, so now we've got that wing. Now I have another circle here. This is a 2-inch circle. I'm going to cut this in half. Okay. And then I'm going to just sort of freehand my feathers. So let's see if I can cut these. These are about 1 inch wide, but I'm going to kind of come up here and kind of round them off a little bit. Okay, I'm not really being very, okay. I want to leave some there because I want to, that's going to go behind here. Now I'm just going to come and I want to just kind of snip these on an angle, kind of feather them. That's why they're feathers. Such a comedian, right? Okay. Don't worry if they're not even, that's fine. Let's go do the same thing with these two, because we're going to have a total of 5 feathers on there. Okay, and again, I'm just kind of freehanding these and rounding these strips off. I don't really care if they're exactly the same, because nothing in nature is really exactly the same. And same thing, I'm just going to kind of feather these. Just cut those little slits along each side. Make them as wide or as narrow as you want. There's absolutely no rhyme or reason to this. Okay. Then, well, I don't want that to hang off my shirt. Then I'm going to take and I'm going to put these on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I'm going to add these, and I'm going to use glue dots to add these to 1/2 of that semicircle. Oh, brother. You know what, folks? This is not my night for using these glue dots. They have been giving me nothing but fits all day. There we go. All right, so I'm going to add that one there. Okay, I'm going to come in here with another one. Again, I'm just putting a glue dot on them. Oh my goodness, I can't even pick anything up. And I'm going to kind of leave a little bit of space because I'm going to have other feathers coming up between them. Come on. There we go. We got another glue. Okay, now my finger is stuck to a glue dot. All right, we got that. Let's come up here with a green one. You know, the green was kind of a different vibe, but I kind of liked it. All right, then we're going to come over here with our Cajun Craze one. Okay. So now we've got our turkey tail feathers. Now we're going to take this other one and we are going to use that to hide all that back there. So I'm going to add some liquid glue to this. We are just going to use that to hide all of that. That's kind of why we cut it in half. I'm just going to kind of trim off that little bit of orange and cherry cobbler that's peeking through. And I'm going to put a piece of tear-in tape on here. Right along the bottom edge, just put that piece of tear-in tape right along that bottom edge. Gosh, everything is sticking to me tonight. All right, and then we're going to take this off. We're going to stick this at the back of our turkey. And then we're just going to fill up our turkey with a little treat and put them on the Thanksgiving table by each place. What do you think? Isn't that a fun little idea to just kind of add a little table favor? It's quick and easy. I mean, what did this take us? Maybe 10 minutes, and I was talking and goofing around a little bit. So I think you could knock these off really in about an hour. You could probably get, I don't know, 6 or 7 of them or 8 of them made in about an hour. Now let's get to the fun stuff. So pre-order for the spring mini catalog opened on Tuesday. And of course, I got my catalog. I can only show you the cover, but that is the cover of this January to April mini catalog. Okay, now let's take a look at some of the things that were in there. One of the things I got was this beautiful Secret Sea sheer ribbon. I love sheer ribbon because I think it just ties such beautiful bows. And I also love Secret Sea. So for me, this was a match made in heaven. How pretty is this ribbon? I love it. I could see myself using this on a lot of projects. So that was my first sort of thing that I had to have. Next, I got some new embellishments. These are really pretty. These are the Easter ones. These are the Easter assortment. They come in lemon lolly, balmy blue, and these little eggs. These are pretty in pink, and they're little eggs. The blue and the yellow are circles. Got a hair on there. Thank you, dogs. And then the little eggs, they're like pink and white checks and swirls. They're really pretty. So that was one new embellishment that I had to have. The next one was these Sparkle Dot Essentials. These are pretty in pink, petunia pop, garden green, and a night of navy. At first I thought it was Secret Sea, but it says it's night of navy. I think it could be either or. I think it's almost more Secret Sea. That's just my opinion, but officially it's night of navy. All right, then we got some embossing folders. These are some new ones that are coming out. This is not a 3D one. This is all in a row. Can you see that? That's what it looks like. And here's a piece of embossed cardstock. Isn't that pretty? Let me know what you think of that. All right, so that one was called All in a Row. This next one is a 3D. It is called Lovely Stripes. There it is. And there is the embossed, I can't get this out, the embossed cardstock. So again, let me know what you think of this one. I do like it. So that was the second one. The third one I got is called Hearts of Love 3D embossing folder. And again, that's the folder, and there is the embossed piece. Little semicircles of hearts. There's like a bigger heart and then the semicircle hearts around it. So that was the third embossing folder I got. Okay, then I only bought one bundle right now. I thought this was absolutely adorable. This is what I will be teaching for my optional class at the Creativity in Bloom Spring Retreat. If you're not on my VIP list, you want to be on it. This is called Woolly Friends. It comes with the stamp set and the punch. That's the bundle. And the punch cuts out the sheep's body, this one. Obviously, the little head. A little cowbell with the chain, with the, sorry, it goes this way, with like the necklace or the collar. And then the, and I just lost it, the little ribbon. So those are the pieces that the punch cuts out. And then you've got these other flowers. This is two-step stamping. And it says, sending sunshine and flowers, welcome cutie, you, E-U-E, make me happy. And you're simply fabulous. Again, with the EUE for the female sheep. Got a cute little butterfly flying by, some grass. So I think I'm going to have a lot of fun with this set. And I just love the punch that comes with it. So that was the bundle that I bought. Next, I have just some, oops, don't want that to fall. So this is Reason to Celebrate. I believe Wendy is using this for her optional scrapbooking class at Creativity in Bloom. So that is, it's just a great number of sentiments for all, graduations, New Year's, birthday, Easter, Valentine's Day, all of the spring holidays. Congratulations, happy, lucky. So this is going to be a great one, kind of a standard all-purpose sentiment stamp set to add to your stash. Next, this will be the stamp set that everyone will get as part of their swag bag at Creativity in Bloom. It is called A Round of Hellos. Oh, happy day. Thank you. Hello. Have a beautiful day, plus a couple of images. You're amazing in every way. So this one will be in your swag bag for Creativity in Bloom. Next, I love decorating envelopes, and I thought this was such a perfect stamp set because not only can you use it to make cards, but you can use it to sort of jazz up the front of your envelope. You can stamp like the outline, the rectangular outline, put the lines in it, depending upon the season, add the snowflakes, the balloons, the flowers, the trees, kind of in that little open area to kind of jazz it up and just kind of jazz up the front of your envelopes when you go to address them. So how fun is that going to be? Then we have Endless Love. Again, great little all-purpose, Valentine's Day set. And Gliding Garden Swing. Now, I'm not going to lie. When I placed my order, I did not order these two sets. When I opened up my box and I went through everything, I saw that I had these two and I called Stampin' Up and I said, these were in my box. I didn't order them. I didn't. I mean, especially the the gliding garden swing, kind of not really my vibe. But I did call them to tell them, and they said, thank you for letting us know, and you can keep them. You don't need to send them back. So I guess my lucky day, but that's the kind of customer service that they have. Then, of course, I had to get some designer series paper. Now, this one I think is perfect for masculine cards and stuff. It is called, hang on, it is called, I did buy a lot of paper because it was pretty. I did finally find some pretty paper. This is called Nature Walk. And again, it's two-sided. The colors in here are Balmy Blue, Blueberry Bushel, Cloud Cover, Crumb Cake, Garden Green, Lost Lagoon, Mossy Meadow, Night of Navy, Old Olive, Pecan Pie, Pretty Peacock, and Secret Sea. So these are the designs. I'm just going to kind of flip them over. How pretty is that? You know me, I love my greens. So pretty. But I really think these will be just perfect for doing some more masculine cards. I know I kind of struggle, and sometimes our papers are just a little too flowery or too brightly colored, but I really like this paper. I think this is going to work out really well. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. And the lighting in here is not really even doing these colors justice. They are much prettier than they actually appear on screen. This is all dark. And again, look at that. Just so pretty. All right, that was one. The next one I have is called, the way, everything, I tell you, it's like a Jenga thing over here. This is called Mixed Up Patterns, and it's got Balmy Blue, Bubble Bath, Daffodil Delight, Old Olive, Secret Sea, and Strawberry Slush. So again, just some great, kind of just solid patterns they're not very busy. So again, these will be nice little accent pieces of designer series paper. Kind of looks like a little bit of a wood texture there. Got some zigzags. Can you see that? Some zigzags. This has got like some swirlies on there. It's like a herringbone pattern. And of course, a little bit of flower and just some stripes. So that was another paper. I had to get some Valentine's paper. I just had to. This is called Made with Love, and it's got Bubble Bath, Flirty Flamingo, Poppy Parade, Real Red, and Strawberry Slush. So this is Made with Love. It's got the hearts and arrows on it. This has got like flowers, little hearts. Okay. So just really pretty. I like that sometimes the back side is very, it's less busy. So you can really choose what side you want to use, X's and O's or some stripes. So those were the designer series paper. Then I picked up 2 specialty designer series paper. Now this one is, it's very thick. This is called Easter Joy, and it's got balmy blue, crumb cake, lemon lolly, peach pie, pretty in pink, and shy shamrock. I think balmy blue has been in almost every paper we've looked at so far. It's even thicker than normal specialty paper. So I don't know why. It's really very thick. It almost kind of feels like cardstock weight a little bit, maybe. But these are the paper. This is the paper. I love that check. And it's got like almost like a glossy finish, I guess. It's like eggs and flowers. I like this. I look at how you can cut these apart to use. Really pretty. Again, just some plain old like checkerboard. Look at that cute little bunny. But really pretty. Pretty. But again, like I said, it's thicker than really than any specialty paper I've worked with before. Then this is Splash of Sparkles. Again, this is a specialty designer series paper. Colors in here are Azure Afternoon, Balmy Blue, Bubble Bath, Daffodil Delight, Highland Heather, Lemon Lolly, Pool Party, Pretty in Pink, Shaded Spruce, Timid Tiger, Gold, and Holographic. Wait until you see the reverse side. How cool is that? This is such a cool paper. I am loving this. Isn't this fun? Tell me what you think. Tell me, do you like this paper? I think I'm in love with this paper. Okay. So fun, right? So fun. Love the colors. Love the sparkles and the holographic effect on these papers. Those are the designer series paper. One last thing that I want to show you, and this will probably be my video for next week, is this is one of our scrapbooking kits, and I'm going to show you. So it comes with everything you need to create 3 2-page layouts. So it tells you here what you need: Currently Loving Scrapbooking Workshop Kit, which is this, Stampin' Dimensionals, Stamp and Seal, paper trimmer, and then it tells you how many photos you need. So for project 1, which is here, you need 2 3x3 photos, 2 3x4 photos, and 1 5x7 photo. For project 2, you need 5 3x4 photos. For project 3, 4 3x3s and 1 4x6. So these again are easy, and it shows you how to cut the paper and then how to prepare and assemble each page. So if you are into scrapbooking or you want to get into scrapbooking, this is a great way to start. So it comes with everything that you need. It comes with like the pages. Take this out for a minute. It comes with the pages for the layouts. It comes with some embellishments and some stickers. And it even has placeholders for photos. If you don't have the photos right away, you can use these placeholders until you have your photos printed. But that is one of our scrapbooking kits. And I think I'll do this. Now, next week is Thanksgiving. I will pre-record it and then just have it scheduled to run on Thanksgiving evening. But I know everybody is going to be very busy next week. But again, that's why I kind of wanted to show you today how you could make something really quickly and just have a fun little tabletop treat for all of your guests that might be coming, or bring to the house that you're going to, where you're going to spend Thanksgiving. That's it for me, folks. Have a very happy Thanksgiving. I will be back. Well, I'll be back in 2 weeks, but I will have a video up next week. Bye.